A week ago today, a black man in Minnesota was murdered by the police. His name was George Floyd. His arrest and subsequent murder sparked outrage across America this week. We've seen protest after protest after protest turn into riot in an effort to do what? They're not helping anything. They're not solving any problems. They're not changing the situation we're in right now. I have reason to believe that America is at the start of a revolution, possibly a civil war, and for good reason. We haven't seen change in America for so long. It's been the same thing every time I turn on the TV. Another black man was killed by the police. Another black woman was killed by police. We really need something to change things, and I fully support the protesters. I would be out there if I could. I don't have a car. I don't have any way to get to the protests, but I 100% support them, and my hearts are out there. And if you can't go there to protest to the major cities or wherever there are protests occurring, make sure to be active on social media. Spread the word about this. It's really, really, really important. This one's going to be a chapter in the history books. And when your kids ask, what did you do during 2020? Did you make a difference? Did you do anything? What are you going to say? Are you going to say, no, I was on the opposing side. I supported people who are bringing destruction to America, even our president, Trump? Or are you going to say, no, I stood up for what was right, and I made sure that I was on the right side of history? I will have links in my description to Black Lives Matter movement. Please make sure to educate yourself on that. And different petitions and different things you can sign to make sure that change actually occurs. This year has been a completely crazy year, but I want to make sure that something good comes out of it. As of right now, the man who killed George Floyd has been arrested and is under suicide watch, which is basically he's being protected. I don't have any reason to believe that he's suicidal. He never once seemed sorry or remorseful while he killed George or even after. I'm not discrediting mental illness at all. Everyone, or a lot of people I know have struggled with it. I've struggled with it. People have suicidal thoughts all the time, but I just wanted to say, if at any point my channel gets monetized, all the proceeds from this video will go to the family of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, and for bail funds for the protesters who are getting wrongfully arrested and just thrown in jail just for speaking up. Our amendment rights are being violated. Our constitutional rights are being violated just for speaking up and just for using our voice for positive change. I think that there's something so inherently wrong with that, and the fact that he's not even the president, unfortunately, of the United States, and his ridiculous tweets targeting black people, using racist language and terms and phrases. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Honestly, I could not be more disgusted with the country that I live in. And I fully support a much needed revolution, much needed change to make a difference in this country. If you really want to make a difference besides donating and protesting and helping out, please vote. If you're over 18, please vote him out of office. I mean, obviously, Biden is not the best candidate, but we need him out of office. Honestly, he's inherently putting black people's lives in danger, inherently putting our rights, throwing away our rights, and something really needs to be done about this. I've said this throughout the entire time I've had this channel. Like, my first video is about racism. Please make a difference. As a black woman in America, I don't want to be afraid going for a jog. I don't want to be afraid walking down the street, or I don't want to be afraid paying for something or walking my dog. It's just not necessary, and it's just throughout in the entirety of American history, Black people have been unequal and oppressed and are subjugated, oppressed, and we really need a change because it's too long. This can't continue to go on because we're in the 21st century. We should have never been treated that way, especially, and we should never be treated that way now. It's just ridiculous. And to my non-POC followers and fans, I don't know, thank you so much for supporting the movement. And I've been watching you guys, I've been watching my friends, and just really standing up for what they believe in and what's right. And I'm so grateful to have you, especially just everyone. Thank you. It really means a lot. Please continue doing what's right. Please continue making a difference. It's really changing lives, and it's really bringing attention to how horrific America is, and to all of the people who are making it difficult for us by instigating riots, breaking and entering. There was a young man who broke into a synagogue. We're not about that at all. We're about bringing about change, not bringing upon more hurt. So please, just don't encourage that. Don't go to a protest if that's your only goal, to instigate and to start things and to make Black people look even worse in the media and make us more of a target. And to all those who have become injured, I've seen people who have lost eyes from getting shot at by the rubber bullets of the protests. Please stay safe. Please make sure you're well protected, armed, not armed in the weaponry sense, but like have like a little bit of armor. Please protect yourselves. And I'm praying for all of those who have been injured and arrested and are still waiting to be bailed out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll probably be putting out more as like this unfolds. This is something I'm very passionate about, and it's obviously a very tough thing to talk about when it comes to people dying, but it needs to be spoken about. Please educate yourself, and please help make the world a better place, help make our country a better place. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to clarify and restate some of the stuff I talked about yesterday, because it might have come off a little bit, I don't even know how to put it. I just wanted to make sure I'm straight with you guys. I don't want to ever be someone who's like not completely honest with, you know, my audience. So here we go. There have been obviously more protests going on since yesterday, and they continue in today and into tonight. And I just wanted to clarify by stating this: I do not condone the looting of businesses, especially small businesses, because I've seen some that have been seriously affected by just careless looting by people who clearly don't understand the reason why we're even protesting. So please, if you're going to protest, do not loot at all. If you can, please stick to the message, and please don't loot small businesses or businesses in general, because it's taking away from the cause. And I've seen lots of non-POC who are doing it. It's making us look bad. It's taking away from the root cause, which is protesting police brutality and trying to make a change. That being said, I still believe that making a dent in the economy, hurting the US economy, that has solved many problems when it comes to civil rights in the past. If we go back to Rosa Parks and the Montgomery bus boycott, that started a movement where Black people, a lot of people who were in alliance with them, made a dent in the economy by protesting public transportation. And that was a part of making huge change in the country. We still talk about it today. It's in our history books, and it wasn't even that long ago. That's the crazy thing. We always think, oh, all these things happened and they were such a long time ago. Like, no, I was alive, and you probably were alive if you're watching this in 2020 at the same time as Rosa Parks. So it's literally not that long ago, and we can still see that same type of complete change in America today if we go about this the right way. I also wanted to say that being a police officer, obviously, it's a hard job. I know, I've seen you guys do your job. It's not an easy one. And when officers are doing their jobs right, their purpose is to protect and to serve. And quite obviously, this is just not what we're seeing excuse me, in the community. When it comes to protests, of course, yeah, there are multiple sides to every story, but I've seen a whole lot of police instigating and peaceful protests and encouraged by the president, and there has to be a stop to it. Police officers like us in our normal jobs have a purpose. And when their purpose to violate and serve is violated, it makes it very hard to respect what they're doing. I know we're supposed to respect authority, all authority, always, but they're making it difficult. And when you have an institution that's built on racism, I'll link a piece below that describes how in the South, the police force was founded on slave catching and upholding the institution of slavery, and protecting that. And then when it's just I see that not much has changed, unfortunately. And this movement, hopefully, I'm praying, will bring about that change. And we're the generation that could bring about that change if we do it in the right way, which I reiterated earlier. In addition, I also wanted to say that I did not in any way, shape, or form mean to make light of the fact that the police officer who murdered George Floyd was on suicide watch. I was just linking the suicide watch to individuals like Jeffrey Epstein, where it was mainly to protect him and keep him on surveillance rather than to keep him from killing himself. And he ended up dying anyway, which I believe there was a murder, but I'm not going to get into that at all, because I could definitely go on and on about that. But when you take this institution that was built on the hatred of Black people, and then you make it modern day, and we still have that hatred deep-rooted in a lot of the individuals that are given the power to protect and serve, and they're not doing their job at all. They're hurting us rather than helping us, then we have a big problem. And if you are a cop and you stand by and you let this happen, you are a part of the problem. I don't care what race you are, you're a part of the problem. I've seen articles about cops quitting their jobs after being asked to tear gas innocent people and shoot them, and I applaud them. Thank you so much for your contribution. But when there's a level of compliance and a not calling each other out on these big issues, you're a part of the problem, and that's just something that needs to be changed. I obviously have a lot to say about the issues that are going on in our world right now. I'll make a little playlist on my channel. I don't know if I'm gonna call it Allie's hot take on world issues or racism. I don't know. You guys can leave suggestions in the comments if you care enough. I don't know. But thank you for watching this video. Again, if I ever make any money on this video, obviously my channel's not monetized yet, but if I ever make any money on this video, all of it and all of the proceeds will go to Black Lives Matter, bail funds, and any way that I can help solve this issue of systematic racism and help bring America into this new era. Thank you so much again for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot, especially if you want to see this channel get monetized and give me that opportunity of helping out, doing more than I have the ability to do right now. So thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.